All right, we're looking at Steiner H6Xi 2 to 12 by 42. We're currently on 12 power. And we're looking at, so what you see in the field of view is a very distant mountain. There's a branch that's much closer. Right now I'm focused basically at infinity. It has pretty nice depth of field, especially as you go slightly lower magnification. But even on 12, it's actually pretty easy to use without messing with the parallax too much. So I'm going to rack the parallax on 12 power just to give you an idea. So the branch that's blocking a little bit of the view is maybe 15-20 yards ahead of me. The stated minimum side parallax distance is 25 yards. And what you'll see is that the branch, even though it's a little bit less than 25, gets nicely in focus. So the side focus range is good. And the reticle, while precision-oriented, is surprisingly relatively easy to use. I'll focus back on the mountain. So now we're at infinity focus. This is 10. You'll start seeing my neighbor's roof. 8, 6, 4, 3, and 2. So in 2, this is definitely pretty thin reticle. It looks like basically a thin number 4. Surprisingly, I still can kind of use it. I'm going to just focus slightly. There's a little bit of depth of shift, but well within range in this scope. And if you turn on the illumination, this is the brightest. You don't quite see it against the dark, against the very light sky, but it basically creates a very small T in the center of the image. Okay. So right now I'm still focused on infinity, but because we're on low magnification, everything is pretty much in focus. Let's go up to 6, where I very commonly use RIflescopes, for example, for low light, stuff like that. What happens on 6 power is that the reticle you start seeing a little bit of the tree in what you do, because Burris in a tree uses small crosshairs to delineate every 1 milliradian. Starting from about 6, if I really want to, I can actually use the reticles basically as a essentially as a 1 milliradian tree. Okay. It's kind of a neat trick. It's not a bad way to do a reticle that way. And then when I go on higher power, once I get to 10, we're on 10 now. And then on 12, I can actually use 0.2 milliradian hash marks if I want. But 1 milliradian marks are still relatively quick and quite intuitive. I ended up liking this reticle quite a bit more than I thought I would. I thought it would be way, way too thin, and it is on the thin side. But it turned out to be surprisingly usable for me across the board. Let's go back on, let's say, 4. We are now on 4. Illumination is on. Let's look at something with a darker background. What do I have here? Okay. Should give you an idea what this reticle looks like. Can I try to adjust focus a little bit? It's not the most visible reticle in the world, but also we're in the middle of the day in Albuquerque, which is very, very bright conditions. Against any sort of darker background illumination really helps. When I was, again, in the middle of the range, in the middle of the day at the range shooting at metal plates, at a couple of 100 yards, I was on 3 power, and I had 0 issues utilizing the reticle. Right, in full hand shooting, the reticle needs to be pretty snappy in front of you. All right, that's Steiner's STR-Mil reticle in the H6Xi.